So could you, Mandy, just tell us what your role is in the school?
Yeah, I'm an inclusion team leader. I'm the privilege of looking after the TAs and making provision for children with special educational needs.
And Dee, what's your role in the school?
I'm a communication support worker, so I work one-to-one with the deaf student here, support him, make sure he's fully included in what's going on.
Thank you. So, Mandy, we saw Noah and Henry today. What are the presenting difficulties for Noah and Henry?
Noah's only been with us a short space of time. He's been here since January this year. Henry's been all the way through. Henry's come from Foreland Special School nursery. So we followed him all the way through his journey from basically being 4.5 years old right the way through now to coming to year 6. He has Di-George syndrome, which is a chromosome disorder which affects his developmental delay. He's actually functioning all the way through the P scales through from year reception up until year 5, and he's just made a progress onto level 1 at the moment. I say Noah's come from Yorkshire, so he's very, very different experiences of school. It's taken us quite a while with Noah to get Noah and his family to work with us. Not that they didn't want to work with us, but just the way we actually work at this school, which is very, very, we want to be around and know what's going on and how we can help the family, not just the child, because obviously helping Noah's family is going to help Noah. And we've, for the last 6 months, been working with quite a few outside agencies to bring that on, and that's worked really, really well.
Thank you. So Dee, you work with Noah specifically as a communication support worker.
Yeah.
Do you know what level his hearing loss is?
He's got severe hearing impairment, yes. So I support him through speech and signing. I'm currently studying towards my level 3 British Sign Language, and so I'm supporting him to learn to speak and sign, just lots of everyday vocabulary, everything that we're learning in the classroom. He does have speech and language lessons as well. And as well as that, we're teaching all the Year 2 students to sign, and it's been really exciting to see them start to sign when they speak to him and see how he sort of interacts with them, and yeah, it's been fantastic.
So how good was his British Sign Language when he first came to the school?
When I first started with him, he barely signed. His speech was quite hard to understand, and just in the space of time that I've been here, just seeing him progress has just been amazing. He's really started to speak more clearly now. His signing has really come on. A lot of people in the school have commented on that, and that's just been really rewarding to see his progress. And also just how the whole school has embraced it. So, for example, during the assemblies, whoever is speaking and leading the assembly will wear the radio aids, which feeds directly into his hearing aids. Any guest speakers that come to the school quite happily wear that as well. And then as well as that, I interpret the assemblies in sign language from the front of the hall. And that's just, I think, really raised the profile of sign language in the school. And also, like, especially during singing assemblies, it's great seeing the kids throughout the hall sort of following along with the signs, and they've just been really keen and supportive, so yeah, it's great.
You mentioned that the children in his class are learning British Sign Language. Is anything happening for training for the rest of the people in the school?
Yes, we've had deaf awareness training as well, so all of the staff have had training by a deaf tutor, which we had come in. And he gave an assembly as well for the whole school. So yeah, everyone's having training. We've got training scheduled throughout the year for deaf awareness, so that sort of carries over. So yeah.
And are any of the teachers studying British Sign Language as well as yourself?
Yeah, actually, from our first deaf awareness training, another teacher got really inspired from that and actually volunteered herself to be put on a level 1 British Sign Language course, and it's just great walking through her classroom and see how she really integrates it into everything she's teaching. And yeah, it's just that I really hope that it will keep on spreading and yeah, being used throughout the school.
And are there any opportunities for Noah to actually mix with other children with hearing impairments?
At the moment, he's our only deaf student, so we've been really keen on having him meet other deaf students. So we've actually created a link with a primary school that has a deaf unit, and we've got a visit scheduled in to go and meet other deaf students his age and we're really hoping that will boost his confidence and just be great for his social interaction as well. And it should be really good. Hopefully they can come visit our school as well and just keep that link going.
So in terms of Henry, Mandy, what provision is the school putting in for Henry, given that he has quite a profound learning delay?
Well, we've put an alternative curriculum in for Henry. Henry is in Year 6, that is his main class. He does quite a few activities with his main class. He does join in a small nurture group Blossom class, and that is for his literacy and his numeracy. Obviously still functioning at P scales, he needs that more individual group work. Noah does join the group, so Henry's not only just learning, he's also learning signing as well, which is another skill for him to have. They all go horse riding, which is a fantastic way of them expressing themselves. It helps with their Fizzy programme. He has clever hands. Speech and language is within Blossom. He has ongoing speech and language all day long. So it's not actually taken out for one-to-one sessions, it's within the curriculum. And it's just worked really, really well. Really well. We're really, really pleased with that. And he is a big part of our school. And always will. I mean, he is a big, big part. We lost 2 or 3 statemented children last year to special schools. He found that very difficult because obviously they were a big part of his life. But we've kept links with those schools, and they come back and see us, and we go and see them. And it's been, I say, the Blossom class has been fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the criticisms that's often levelled at schools that are very inclusive is that there's a fear that the children are bullied within the school. Is that an issue for Noah?
It's a strange thing to say because when we have new arrivals at the school, and we do have quite a few new arrivals, it does take them a while to actually understand the way we think and the way we work, but not very long at all. And he becomes a very, very big part of their lives, and they learn an awful lot from him. Not just him, from the many children that have come through our school. And we just, they join so many different activities, and they are helped by all the members of the school, of the environment.
You've mentioned that there's a nurture group for the children with statements and with learning difficulties. What opportunities are there for the children to mix with mainstream children?
Playtimes are all, Henry goes and joins his class at playtimes, he joins his for philosophy. Although you might see Henry all around the school, because sometimes Henry will join philosophy in Year 1, he might join philosophy in Year 4, he might join it in Year 5. He joins them for PE, and it's not just Henry joining them, they come and join us as well. So throughout the school you will see Henry in many, many different places, and I think every time you see him happy, he's enjoying himself.
Does Henry have friendships with children in the mainstream?
Oh,
school?
most definitely. He has lots and lots of friends that have throughout the school that he will sit with and he'll play with. You'll never see Henry walking around on his own. He always, people will join in and play with him. He will join different play groups depending what activities are going on. Even though sometimes his play can be very, very limited, he still joins in other pupils.
How are the relationships with the boys' parents?
I think that's fundamental. We have such support from Henry's parents, and we have had from the very, very beginning. They come in on a weekly basis and they're looking at the planning that we're doing. They actually reinforce things at home. This is something that we're trying to work with Noah's family with, because it's something that is so very, very important. I mean, Noah will consistently lose, or the dog will always have his hearing aids, which is quite, we have to get to the family to realise this is very, very important that they comes in every day with the right equipment. But they're actually coming on board and they're working really well with us at the moment, and we're really pleased with that, aren't we? It's something that we worked hard at. We have the support of the specialist teacher service as far as for the hearing impaired, and that does help us out an awful lot. But parental support is really important.
Yeah, we've also recently had Noah's brother come to join our signing lessons. He's just a year older, so he pops into Year 2 during our signing lessons, and that's just been fantastic having him on board and just seeing the two of them communicating through sign language. And we've recently heard from his mum that they've been signing more at home, and that just taking this books with the signs in that they're learning, and they've been practicing that together at home as a family and seeing that progress, and we really hope it will continue.